Well, we've got two incredible surfers in the lineup now. Sally Fitzgibbons fighting for a world title. Malia Manuel trying to keep on and claw her way up into the top 9 to re-qualify for the 2022 championship tour. Every surfer came into this event with a unique storyline. Love to see this matchup as our first semifinal.
Since day one, she just somehow manages to read this lineup, whether it be a low tide or a high tide. She's on the best ones.
Well, to kick off the women's semifinals here from the Corona Open Mexico, presented by Quiksilver, is Sally Fitzgibbons. Sally right now near the top of the World Tour rankings. She has earned her way to the WSL Final 5. And you know, as a runner-up multiple times in 2012, 2011, and 2010, she wants nothing more than a world title, and she's surfing like it. You can see the hunger that Sally had on that first wave, left no part of that wave unslashed. Sally Fitzgibbons kicks us off here for the first wave in semifinal number 1.
Here we go, Sally Fitzgibbons out the back, clean, smooth. Wave getting a little bit smaller through the inside section. But beautiful turn on the open face. Eyes on the prize. Inside section has been giving surfers big points. You can see her really racing. A float, a difficult float on that wobbly section, and she rides on clean.
Solid finish there. Was able to fit 2 turns into that end section without making it look forced, which is exactly what the judges want to see. For Sally, this is her 12th season on tour. She's had 12 championship tour wins.
And Malia is on a 5.6.5 DHD, also round pin. This is a DNA model. So we have DHD versus Sharp Eye, as we see Red having a look at this one.
All the way from Pine Trees on Kauai, where she learned to surf. And you can tell she is very comfortable in powerful waves. There's this wave she's surfing right now, giving her plenty of push, driving her down the line. And she is making it look so silky smooth. Getting onto that beautiful, clean, open face. Trying to find a section to give her something critical to work with. The judges love it when you do a turn in a dangerous part of the wave.
We talked about her wave selection, and we will continue to do so because she is picking off the beautiful gems that are coming in here. You can see how this wave gave her that tempo, gave her that line that allows her to do those big, nice, smooth turns. But that cutback right there, maybe the only small error in regards to read on this wave. And that, she knew she had to do something dynamic on the inside.
Malia Manuel's been doing the best surfing of her career. She has 5 championship tour second place finishes. She's been in multiple finals, but yet to crack through and get the big win. She did win the Vans US Open of Surfing in a huge way, but for her, this is all or nothing. She needs a win here, and she's a real inspiration in many ways. So for Malia Manuel, this victory would mean the world to her. It would keep her on the championship tour.
You can see the tide is pretty low, Chris, now. But it looks like she is going to have a look at this one.
Could be a grower, meaning starts small, gets bigger as it goes down the line. Sally goes to the air.
We see that progression, Chris.
It's like turning and burning on the inside. It's Sally Fitzgibbons up and out. These surfers now have a whole buffet of waves to choose from. Plenty of time. As we see a late drop from Malia Manuel. And now it's a battle to see who will get priority.
I think safe to say Malia is going to get it. She is a smart competitor. She saw that wave only had that first section, but now she's going to have a look at this one. Let's see if it pays off.
Right back at it. Malia Manuel holds on to priority, makes a decision, and it's looking like that was a great decision for the young surfer from Kauai, as she's bashed this wave 3 times already.
Taking the high line.
Inside racetrack section. Nice float. Clean finish. She's loving it.
Yeah, that little claim. A second look at this. So Malia had just taken off on the previous ride and kicked out. Why? Because she didn't see that line, but she sure saw it on wave number 2. We see her riding, connecting the dots, and out the back, a beautiful looking wave for Sally. What an incredible shot on that first wave. Kick out in front of Sally Fitzgibbons and regain priority, but this is going to be the Australians' answer back. The Olympian is up and riding. Sally
Fitz now driving down the line. She is super consistent, rarely makes mistakes. Throws the tail there. Malia Manuel has a front row seat to the Sally show right now. She just sees spray flying out the back of this wave. Sally's got a good inside racetrack here. Strong finish for Sally. That was a great exchange. That was just wave for wave, punch for punch. Both surfers activating on all powers.
And Sally Fitzgibbons on wave number 3. Less water on that bank here at Barra De La Cruz, the famous, infamous right-hander in the state of Oaxaca. Sally connecting, clean surfing, just looking down the line and connects with the lip. So a stronger finish for Sally, a little bit more speed.
Who blasted through the Uluwatu event in 2018. Got a big win there. Solidified his spot on tour for the next year as we see Malia Manuel on a bigger wave, but bigger is not always better. It looked like right when she took off it was going to be a good one, but both of those waves had a lot of reverberation on it.
Too many stairs that look like the pyramids at Monte Alban here in Oaxaca. There's still so much energy. She said it is so lined up out there, and I would have to agree with her. Potentially the best waves that we've seen thus far. We see Malia up and riding.
You know, her beautiful style matches this wave perfectly. Good combo there to start, as these turns through the mid portion of the wave are just kind of a way for her to set things up for a potential racetrack section on the inside. A little stall there to stay in the pocket. Setting things up again with a nice little hook. Just medium pace here. Try not to outrace the wave, but get the big finish. She rides out clean. Could be another hammer from Malia Manuel. Her low score that she's keeping is a 6.57, most likely right in line with the wave she just rode. In front of him, as we look back now, here are your replays, starting off with Malia Manuel.
There we go, the smooth, silky style, doing it again here in Barra. Right now, she still has the nod in this heat. She started off with a big 7.33. Being smart about the waves she catches. As you can see, a little bit of that white foam remnants of the previous set. And a big bash on the inside.
I'm hoping that the WSL is taking a look at this as possible more wild card opportunities for you, because you just showed your talent here. What about giving some words to everyone back home in Brazil?
Thank you, Capo. Galera, muito obrigado por ter acompanhado todas as mensagens. Eu tentei responder todo mundo, toda a raça da Joaca, galera de Floripa, Rio Tavares, minha família em primeiro lugar, que tá todo mundo torcendo pra mim.
Sally, a little bit more intent, a little bit more aggression. You can see the fierceness in her eyes, looking down the line, controlling those wedges that are coming from the rocks. It is low tide, remember, as we see Sally once again wrapping, looking for a lip line, looking for a coping. A lot of these surfers are really smart in placing their turns, not doing 8 or 10, but maybe 5 or 6 like that. There's an iconic board versus a board that's been used right now for progression, as we see Sally just a quick in and out for her. Really cuppy, really bowly section through that mid-section of the wave at Barra. Low tide in a couple of hours.
Going up against a veteran, 2 of the best to ever do it. That is not hyperbole, that is fact.
And we saw Malia, just a quick in and out for her. She's being really smart, Chris, about the waves that she catches on the outside.
The one stat that she would like to break through is that second place runner-up stat. 2012, 2011, 2010, second place on the championship tour, which is a huge accomplishment. But we know where she wants to be. She's locked herself into the WSL Final 5. And right now she's putting the pedal to the metal, trying to slam the door on Malia Manuel. And with turns like that, I can hear the creaking of the hinges. She is kicking down the line. And another strong finish. That just ups the ante for everyone. Here's Sally Fitzgibbons' last wave. May have improved on a 6.17.
So really bully on that outside section. It's tricky when this tide here at Barra, that lip almost gets a little bit thicker. This is going to be a great shot. So big tack from Malia. Sally still on the inside, carving.
Look at how perfect that little wedge is on the inside.
She is an Olympian. She unfortunately bowed out of the competition in Tokyo. Lost to Amuro Suzuki, and maybe that kind of rekindling her fire as we see Malia up and riding.
Big start there. Solid combination. When these surfers take off on waves that look a little bit small on the outside, what they hope for is that the wave grows down the line. Surf turkeys call it a grower.
I love the way this wave is lining up through that midsection. You can see how it runs off a little bit away from her small little tag, Chris, and it is going to be a big ending maneuver. Malia Manuel needed something big. A 6.72 required. And I would have to agree with her. Look at Malia still working her way. So size of wave, very similar on that inside section, Chris. A little bit of hesitation on that first float, but then does a good job with that last maneuver.
I think she threw the AI sign right there at the end of that wave. Love to see it. A minute 19 to go. Sally Fitzgibbons' score comes through. It's a 7-point ride. AI forever. 21 seconds to go as it stands for now. Sally Fitzgibbons in the lead. Malia Manuel needs a 7.55. Scores are dropping in across the line, and so far, so good for Malia Manuel. 7 seconds left. Fitzgibbons with priority. She's going to use it. And the score is through for Malia Manuel. It's a 7.87. That's enough to flip the heat. A buzzer beater for the surfer from Kauai. Malia Manuel has done the impossible, taken out an in-form Sally Fitzgibbons.
As we say in Mexico, este arroz ya se coció. The rice is cooked. It is ready. It is over. Malia Manuel so stoked to make it on through into the final. AI in the air, and how could you not be stoked? Congratulations.